Hi love, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a zigzag tutorial. I am going to be showing you how to create the zigzag hair braiding design and different ways it comes in, or different ways you can incorporate it into your hairstyle. So to start off, I am going to be making just several zigzag tutorial or several zigzag hairstyle several of the zigzag together, like just the basic ones that have angles close by. So you start off by making the zigzag where you want your pattern to start, or where you want the design to be. Now, one mistake I can say off the bat that you shouldn't do is, you see this first line I am creating from the very beginning, you have to make it a kind of straight. Make it straight a little, not too curved. This is going to create room for your subsequent the subsequent angles to have where to fit in, like the zigzag braid. Because of how slanty it is, after a while you're going to run out of hair, and the zigzag style is going to basically lie on the forehead, just across the face or the hairline. So if you can make it straight, that very first bend, the very first section you make of the triangle in front, don't make it as slanted as mine is. Make it to be a little bit close. I am going to insert a picture of what I mean. Like, make it a little bit straight, so that after a while, the exactly where I am braiding now, after a while that curve, that bend there is going to almost lie on the edges. You will see very soon, like before we get through the hairstyle, you will see what I mean. I am going to run out of space in that first line, so make it kind of straight, and then you continue with the rest exactly as mine is. Okay, so while braiding this, try and braid it all the way to the end of that line, just as I am doing here. Braid it until you have reached exactly the end before you turn, so that you're going to get the most pointed or the most pointy bend you can actually create. Okay, so after the first one, I am going to proceed to show you how to like section the second pattern if you want to make like a hairstyle of just these zigzags. I have created the crisscross videos, or the crisscross braid tutorial, different types of crisscross, and how to, like, just different ways you can use the crisscross method before this one. Okay, you see I have enough hair here, but at the third time the first angle is just going to lie on the edges basically. Now, to make this thing easier, because even for me that is not a beginner, at the point the angle was beginning to get confusing. Now, the way you see what I am doing, this line I created, it is going to help you ensure that you get the section as it is supposed to be and still have a pointed end. So exactly where the previous the previous braid stopped, make like a straight line into that angle, so that you can be able to gauge the width or the size of your next braid comfortably. Just what I am doing, these straight lines I am creating at every bend before making that section, it helps like mad. You will not understand until you try to make this braid. You're going to almost get confused. So if you get confused, just make that straight line before you make your section. It is going to make everything so much clearer. Like, you'll be able to see exactly where you need to make that pointed bend, and your pattern is going to make sense. Okay, Just when you're braiding the hair, you will understand what I mean. It is just going to come to that point where if you don't make that line, except you've been making this design for a long time, you're going to get confused. So if you get confused, just do it that way. And I promise you, it makes everything feel okay. And you see, when I am braiding, I still use that line as a guide so that I can make the point to be very pointy. It helps me know where to bend exactly without biting into the hair of the underside. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean. But if you start creating this hairstyle, then you will be like, aha, oh, this is why she said this, and this is why she did it like this. So that's just it. Let's make one more after this one. That one more is just to make it look bulky and plenty enough, and then you're also going to see how I end up running out of space in that beginning one. I've always seen, like, when you see this hair professionally made, the very first one is a little bit straight before the zigzag starts. And I have not braided this hair several times enough to learn on the job that that is why. So I didn't know until I started making this tutorial, because most times when I have had to incorporate this style into a hair design, it's not like all the way. You just use it a little bit to spice up braid style without making a whole head of zigzag what braid style. Okay, so I had to learn that on the job. But if you look at professional pictures like the one I am going to insert here, you will see why and how, like, it's done that way. It's actually done that way. And it's mostly braiders that braid men hair, like men with shaved sides. They are the ones that usually like interesting designs in the little section where they have their hair, and they are the ones that usually make just styles like this. And I guess they are the one that knew from beginning. As you can see, for my first curve, I have basically run out of space on the edges, or in the front section. That first bend is pushing into the forehead, and into the forehead. If that first line were to be straight, I will not have this problem. But let's just do this one fast, because I want to show you other ways you can incorporate the zigzag, like no more beginner level, like when you want to make things, when you want to basically show yourself and show off your skills. I'm just going to make like a not so regular, not so, just adding a little twist to the style. So just let me do something with the rest of this hair. I just want to do something with the rest of the hair, because once you get to the edge, you're going to run out of space to show yourself. I just want to give you an idea of what you can do at the end to not make you be stuck, especially when you run out of hair just like that. So you can see what I did. Just do whatever you like. So let's start with this one. This is where, okay, I saw this design on a man bun. I think that's what they call those, like when the sides of the head are shaved and then you have just braid design in the middle, and then it's the tails of the hair are packed into a tiny bun at the back of the head. So that was where I saw this design, and of course I'm going to show you how to make it. When you want to make your zigzag go to the next level, this is what you do. So I am trying to replicate the zigzag I have on my left hand side on the right hand side, while leaving off that hair in the middle. I feel excited. Like, this will just make you feel like your braid technique has gotten to the next level. Like, we are not doing just the regular designs again, we are bad. So at the end I got like 3 of those. What's this shape that is like diamond? Is there anything like diamond shape? Is that the real name? I don't know. So we have 4 pointed angles. When you are done, you put that away, and now we are going to just replicate the zigzag hairstyle to border around those diamond shapes. You're going to understand as we go along. So once you have parted that section, just clip it away, and then you're going to make another zigzag bordering, like enclosing those diamond shapes in the middle. And that is how we are going to get that cute interesting design that you saw at the beginning of the video. So just keep at it, make it. On this side of the face, I'll show you at least 3 different ways you can still use the zigzag method. This is one of them. Then you use it to enclose like diamond shapes, and you just braid it straight through. So guys, I don't care who you are, this style can get like a little bit confusing for a moment with all the angles. It can get just a little bit confusing. You have to keep going. You can just stop, stand up, look around, look at the hairstyle from a different angle, and then you come back to work and you'll be fine. Okay, so I am repeating our zigzag design just in the opposite direction, because when you can, if you look, the first side, the left hand side, the first slant of the zigzag went towards your left, but on this side it is bending towards the right because of that enclosed diamond I have in the middle. So you can decide to just keep enclosing diamond the whole hairstyle. You have maybe 2 or 3 enclosed diamond zigzag type of thing going on, and it's going to be like the upgraded or the advanced zigzag design. So for this one, I just braided the hair into one. So I have zigzag pattern with straight braids. The other one was zigzag pattern with zigzag braids. This is zigzag pattern with straight braids. Look at that. I feel like a badass because this is not the very usual zigzag you see. So this just adds more interest and makes you look more advanced. Yeah, that's the word. You look advanced. And after this, I'm going to show you another zigzag pattern with straight braids, but this time it's just the sectioning is zigzag and then the braid is straight, but not zigzag braids. Zigzag pattern bordering diamonds. Now it's going to be zigzag pattern, not zigzag braids this time, just zigzag pattern. You can actually make zigzag and then braid your hair all back. You get what I mean? So this is how you would do it. If you want to make only, not the zig, you're not braiding the hair into zigzag, but instead of creating straight line, if you want to braid like an all back hairstyle, you would use zigzag pattern. See how I got confused there? Because the triangle is refusing to look like a triangle, but I mothered it and I kept moving, like I got it. So here, this is for when you want to make an all back design but with zigzag pattern. Your braids are still going to be straight to the back, but your sectioning is going to be zigzag. Okay, if I can find a picture of what I mean, I will insert it around here so that you can see. But that's when you're basically braiding an all back hairstyle but with zigzag. So from the beginning, the way we started, you would make the first zigzag sectioning, but instead of making another line exactly following the zigzag, you will just part and braid straight back. zigzag, straight back, zigzag, then you braid straight back. This thing want to confuse his ancestors. You don't know who I am. I later shall just mixed it up there, but you get the idea. You get the gist. You get the gist. And you can also have like zigzag on one side and then a straight line on the other side, and that is what you're going to see next. Especially if you're starting the braids from the side of the ear, you're going to have the side of the head just straight, and then your first zigzag sectioning on the next side. Let's say we're just starting this hairstyle fresh and this is my first braid, so I would make my zigzag, and of course it will be better than this because it is not determined by other braids before it. So I will make my zigzag sectioning and braid straight back before you can then start making the zigzag all back, zigzag all back. I hope you understand what I mean. Check out my channel for other like the crisscross design, braided heart, braided flower, braided butterflies, numbers and alphabets. So these are some of the tutorials I have on my channel already, some of the braided hairstyles I have created, like this pineapple, letter Y, number 8, number 5. I have all the numbers and all the letters. This is zigzag and dollar sign, butterfly, another butterfly. Bye. Thank you for watching.